Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Christina Sparks, realtor serving Missouri, Springfield and surrounding, and Lake of the Ozarks. So today I want to talk about government loan inspections, meaning if you have, if you have a USDA loan, an FHA loan, or a VA loan, those are all considered government loans. So whenever you have a government loan, your government inspection is essentially the appraisal. The appraiser has to follow guidelines per each government loan type. So here are 10 things that you need to make sure are taken care of, are accessible before the appraisal happens. Number 1, make sure the attic and crawl space both have access. If the appraiser cannot access either, they will request that you fix that issue and they will have to come back out. Number 2, bedrooms. Every single bedroom has to have an exit window. If the window doesn't work, if it's broken, they will require those repairs to be made. So make sure that each bedroom has an accessible, operable, functional window, however you want to word it, has to work and has to be not broken. Number 3, stairs. This is one that gets a lot of people because there are specific guidelines. If you have stairs inside the house, they have to have a handrail. And this goes for decks and porches too. So if you have a deck, a back deck, a front deck, front porch, back porch, whatever you want to call it, if it sits more than, I believe, 23 inches off of the ground, has to have railing around it. And that railing has to be specific to where you can't fit a child's head in between the rails. So if that is a case in the house that you're buying or a house that you're looking at, make sure and get those measurements as far as how far it's off of the ground it sits, and explore those options with the homeowner, with the seller, whenever you go to negotiate that there has to be a railing or something protecting from falls. Number 4, basement/crawl space. The basement or crawl space cannot have excessive moisture. No standing water, no signs of current active leaks or drainage inside the crawl space or basement. Number 5, heating. The home and all of its rooms must have the ability to keep a internal temperature of 50 degrees without human intervention. Something that you have to manually operate in order for it to work. Window units are okay. Central AC heat is fine. Gas heat is fine. Number 6, utilities and appliances. All the utilities have to be on during the appraisal. That's electric, that's water, that's gas if the house has gas. All of those utilities have to be on, and all the appliances need to be functioning. They will test the appliances and make sure that what you're going into is operable. All right, number 7, wood and paint. This is also another big one. So prior to a home built in 1978, so if a home was built before 1978, any peeling paint must be peeled off, scraped off, and repainted because of lead-based paint issues. And post 1978, any exterior paint, chipping, or anything like that will have to be repaired, fixed, scraped off, and repainted, whatever the case may be. And another really important thing to note, any defective wood, any rotting wood must not be present. Or if it is, you will have to have it fixed and the inspector will have to come back out. The appraiser will have to come back out. Number 8, roof. Okay, roof. For government loans, a roof must have at least 2 years of life remaining. So if an appraiser comes out there and says, this roof needs to be replaced like now, there's no life left, you will have to get that roof replaced. So keep that in mind whenever you're choosing homes that do have older roofs. Okay, number 9. The well should be at least 50 feet from the septic. The well should be 100 feet from the lateral lines, which are part of the septic. and located no more than 10 feet from the property line. It's very specific, and it's sanitary in all honesty as far as how far apart the septic, which handles your waste and stuff like that, from the well, which is the water that you drink. So sometimes older properties that doesn't exist, and you can get those older properties grandfathered into this particular rule, but definitely something to consider if you have knowledge that the septic and well are too close to each other. Number 10, new construction. If the appraiser comes out to a home that is being newly constructed and is not completed, they will have to come back out for another inspection. So keep that in mind whenever you have your appraisal ordered, making sure that the home is actually finished and completed. So it's important to know these things, because if you're going with a government loan, FHA, USDA, or VA, an appraisal costs you about $500, and that is at the expense of a buyer. A lot of times it's rolled into your closing costs, so you don't really pay that up front, but it is expensive. So if you're sending an appraiser out there, make sure that you've at least done your due diligence, have your agent help you with the due diligence, and make sure that all of those requirements are met. Because what will happen is, if something isn't up to par or it needs a repair, the appraiser has to come back out for a reinspection. And not only could that cost you an additional fee, it could delay your closing, depending on the appraiser's schedule and timeline, etc. So very important things to understand and know whenever you're looking at buying a house with a government loan. Keep all of these things in mind and talk with your agent, and make sure that your agent knows that you're looking at a government loan. Make sure your agent knows to look out for these things, because it could end up costing you money, not the agent. So I hope this helps with government loan appraisals. Keep in mind, this is not the inspection. This is the actual appraisal. So if you have any questions, drop a comment below. Subscribe for more helpful tips, and I do a lot of home tours as well. So keep an eye out, and I'll see you on the next one.